We're going to get started in about 10 minutes and let you know that the concession stands are open. Check, check. Good evening, everyone. I want to start off the event tonight by thanking our sponsors. We wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that we do with the boosters and supporting our student athletes and coaches and the athletic program without our sponsors. So I just want to name off some of our major sponsors: 5 Points Wine and Liquor, Cam's Pizzeria, Great Lakes Recycling and Redemption, Elemental Management Group, La Perella on the Water, OCO Family Care, Oswego County Federal Credit Union, Oswego Health, 6 Scoops and Ferdies, Step One Creative, UA Local 81, Vashaw's Collision, Express Auto Care, Riverwalk Bagels, Rabies Ace Home Center, and Eben and Kristen Norfleet. If everybody could give our sponsors a round of applause. They really help us all throughout the year. So good evening. My name is Sean Callan. I'm the president of the Buck Boosters. And on behalf of the entire Buck Booster Board, we thank all of our Oswego Buccaneer athletes, family, friends, community members, coaches, Board of Education members, and administration for attending this evening. I would like to take this time to welcome the senior class of 2023 as we put them on their home field in Oswego one last time. The boosters would like to thank both Cindy Lozon, our AD, and Angela Miller in our athletics department for their help with this event, but more so on their dedication in many different ways to the success of our athletics program within the Oswego City School District. Thank you both very much. We appreciate you. Earlier this week, I attended a ceremony for the City BOCES New Vision program at SUNY Oswego, and Provost Scott Furlong provided a reminder to the graduating class that while many see this as the end of things, they should look at this as the beginning. This really hit me as I have a senior and can relate to his message. We will look back during this event tonight, and maybe memories of Benjamin Fields will come back when some of you were only 4 years old and liked picking flowers instead of kicking the soccer ball. Or a Crisafulli rink with frozen toes, pushing a chair, trying to learn to skate. That was an earlier beginning. You're on your way now and have achieved so much, and you will be starting another newer beginning when you graduate next Saturday. Congratulations to all of you. This event, the annual OHS Athlete Awards Ceremony, is a tradition that honors all of you as student athletes, and especially the outgoing seniors. It is a time to honor your achievements in athletics, but moreover, a time to celebrate your character, your strength, your perseverance, and your spirit, your Buck spirit. To the seniors, many of you won't be playing sport at the college level, but everything that you've learned will not be lost. And I hope you apply what you've learned playing sports to whatever you are wanting to be successful at. Remember these 5 things. Practice makes better, period. Don't make excuses. Teamwork always wins. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. And you won't always win, but you can always learn. I hope everyone enjoys the event tonight, and thanks for being part of it. I'd like to introduce Cindy Lozon, our Director of PE and Athletics, for a few words. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. That was a nice speech. Good opening to this event. I do have a lot of other thank yous too. So Sean and the Buck Boosters, but also to all of you for coming out to celebrate the accomplishments of our student athletes. I know there's some other places that some of these people would rather be. I heard there was a Luke Bryan concert tonight, and some people were forced to come here instead. So I feel your pain with that, but I also feel this comes around once. And I feel like the parents that pushed you to be here tonight, they understand that and they see the picture. So thank you for making them happy to be here. So last year, this event was one of my first things to attend. I wasn't even hired. Well, I was hired, but I wasn't really appointed yet. So here's me getting I think it was an email from the Buck Booster president asking if I could speak to everyone. And I was like, what am I really going to say? I don't know anyone in this community. So, you know, I felt honored. So at that time, it wasn't just honored. It was actually, wow, this is welcoming. And I felt very supported. So what I'd like to get to this evening is telling you a little story about that. And it is just that, a snippet from a story. It was my reflection from the first time we did this, which I did this last year. So here's the story. Some of you may have already heard it. Some of you may be reliving it, and we'll go with it. So a man was lost while driving through the country. As he tried to read a map, he accidentally drove off the road into a ditch. Though he wasn't injured, his car was stuck deep in the mud. So the man walked to a nearby farm to ask for help. "Warwick can get you out of that ditch," said the farmer, pointing to an old mule standing in a field. The man looked at the haggardly mule and looked at the farmer, who just stood there repeating, "Yep, old Warwick can do the job." The man figured he had nothing to lose. The two men and Warwick made their way back to the ditch. The farmer hitched the mule to the car. With a snap of the reins, he shouted, "Pull, Fred, pull, Jack, pull, Ted, pull, Warwick," and the mule pulled the car from the ditch with very little effort. The man was amazed. He thanked the farmer, patted the mule, and asked, "Why did you call out all of those other names before you called Warwick?" The farmer grinned and said, "Old Warwick is just about blind. As long as he believes he's part of a team, he doesn't mind pulling." So that story was my takeaway from the program last year, because as you guys look in your program, you'll have that to take with you. The title is "Belief is All You Need." I guess how that resonates with me was the warm welcome I received to speak at this event last year and the supportive environment that I felt. In other words, like I'd say in athletics, I felt like I was joining a team, becoming part of something special. So from the moment I started here, like I said, I sensed I was part of a team. And now, almost 1 year later, I truly believe it. Whether it's the Buck Boosters working on this event or working on other things for student athletes, whether it's a school administration, the school educators, teachers, coaches, anyone here, we are a part of a bigger team. And when we are working together, big things happen. You know, like this night tonight. We thought about it last year, and after conversing throughout the whole year, the vision became, let's not just celebrate our seniors, let's invite all of the other athletes here. Because we do want to celebrate seniors, but we want our younger athletes to see you and to have something to look forward to. So the message I want to leave with students today, especially our seniors: yes, your success requires intrinsic motivation, but it also is beneficial to know you have the support of your team. For some of you, it's your families. Some of you, it's your sports teams here. And I leave you with this, is that you will always have your Oswego Buck family. So again, thank you to the seniors, and best of luck to all of you. And if you're following along in the program, I have the honor of introducing our guest speaker for the evening. Jason Leone is the 17th head men's basketball coach at SUNY Oswego. During his first 11 seasons, Oswego has the most wins in any 11-year period in program history: 236 wins, 81 losses, and ranks first for total wins in the East region during that time. Oswego also has a winning record against all 9 of its SUNYAC opponents. Leone became the program's all-time winningest coach following a victory over Eastern Connecticut State on November 12, 2022. As a player, Leon began his career at the NCAA Division I Lafayette College, where he played for 2 seasons before transferring to the University of Rochester. The 3-time Dean's List honoree was a captain of the 1998-99 squad that qualified for the NCAA tournament. On the court, Leon won the UAA individual scoring title with Rochester as a junior and was named All-UAA for both of his seasons with the Yellow Jackets. For his high school career, the Christian Brothers Academy graduate is the 4th all-time leading scorer at the school with 1,223 points and was inducted into its Athletic Hall of Fame in 2010. Without further ado, could we give Jason Leon a warm welcome?
I appreciate that. I hope everybody's doing great tonight. This is truly an honor to be here. I'll start by telling you a quick story of how I ended up being the coach at Oswego State. I was actually sitting at that McDonald's down there 12 years ago and getting ready for my interview, and I was going through my notes. And typical when I get ready to either speak in front of somebody or get ready for an interview, I had a little motivational sheet leading me into my interview. And on this sheet of paper, it said, do your best to make sure that the administrators at Oswego State know that you love Oswego State. So I get done with my Egg McMuffin and my coffee, and I gather my notes to get ready to drive up the hill for my interview. And I noticed that I was missing some of my sheets of paper, and I didn't have time to collect them and figure out where everything was. So I go up, go through my interview, met with the president, deans, players, other coaches, so on and so forth. So I get done with my interview. I felt pretty good about things. I get back in my car. I drive back to meet my wife in Syracuse at the hotel we were staying at. And I said, I thought the interview went great. I grew up in Syracuse. I wanted to be here. My brother and sister played at Oswego State. And I take off my jacket, and on the back of my suit coat, I've got a sheet of paper that says, do your best to make sure they want you, they make sure that they know that you want to be at Oswego State. So I don't know if I interviewed well or they just saw that sheet of paper, but anyways, here we are 12 years later. But look at what I think is really important about athletics that I preach to our teams every year is how much athletics can teach our youth that can't be replicated in a classroom setting. Collaboration, time management, working with others that maybe are not the same type of a personality that you are, making sure that you dedicate yourself and sacrifice your time and the discipline that it takes to be an athlete are such incredible life skills that you take with you and can apply as you move forward in your life. So each and every year, I'm very cautious when I speak to our team about having goals that are centered around wins and losses. Instead, I think it's so important to focus on how we collaborate with one another, how we choose to communicate with one another, how we choose to sacrifice and manage our time, and how we used to build relationships with one another. And I think when you do those things, regardless of what the records of the teams are, you really can't lose. And as the seniors move forward with the rest of the things that they're going to do, whatever their endeavors are, you're going to take these types of lessons from playing on these sports teams and hopefully apply them not only to your classroom education, but the way that you interact with people, hopefully one day the way that you parent, the way that you interview for a job, the way you do your job. And, you know, athletics holds such an important place in development of people. And that's why I really enjoy doing the job that I do. Another thing that I wanted to convey to the athletes, you know, you're going to get put in different situations, you probably already have been playing for your sports teams, that challenge you, that challenge your physical being, your mental well-being, and the way you are as a student. My thing that I tell our players all the time is that it's really important to connect with others. It's really important to build meaningful relationships. And it's really important to really lean on people and be vulnerable. And the reason I know that is that this year I learned a lot from our team that accomplished such incredible feats. We, without naming off a million different accolades, we had our best season in school history, finished 28-3, and we advanced to the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament. In order to do that, we were playing a team, a college called Randolph-Macon College outside of Richmond, Virginia. They had won 64 consecutive games on their home floor, which is an NCAA record for all divisions. Leading into our preparation for that game, I had to find a way as a coach, before we even talked about tactics or techniques, to ensure our players that we were good enough to win the game. Think about that, 64 consecutive wins. Although we may not get the attention that a Division I school might, everybody that follows Division III said we would be lucky to even be in the game. So where I'm going with this is we had one word that we used with our players during that week of preparation, and that word was belief. We had to believe that we were good enough. We had to believe that we could win. And we had to believe when Randolph-Macon, in front of their sold-out crowd, put a run on us and the game was in the balance, that we could dig down together, look each other in the eye, and say, you know what? We believe that we're good enough. And what I learned from our team was watching them. And a lot of times the coaches that are sitting here will tell you, you know, we have the ability as coaches to learn just as much, if not more, from the players than what we teach and give to them. And that's such a rewarding part of coaching in athletics. So sure enough, we go down there, we play, we open up a huge lead. They made a run. Somebody on our team made a play. We opened the lead back up. This happened 2 or 3 times throughout the course of the game. And finally, the last time we made the important free throws, we sat in timeouts. I never said one word. Well, maybe I said a couple things when they were going at us a little bit, but for the most part, I didn't have to talk. These players rallied around each other. They were a player-led group, and we ended up beating Randolph-Macon 74-63 and ended their historic winning streak. So why am I telling you that story? Because you too, as an athlete, have choices to make. And if you believe in yourself, whatever your future endeavors are, as was mentioned, many of you may not be playing in college, but you'll have other things that you want to accomplish down the road, whether that be academically, in your personal life, in your professional life. Don't get me wrong, you have to put in the time and the work and the sacrifice. But that belief in yourself, that's just as important. And if I can have you take one thing away from my talk tonight, I think that's the thing I'd like you to take away, is to make sure that you believe in yourself. Lastly, if you're a senior that's graduating here in the next week, my best piece of advice to you from coaching great teams is to have a mentality where you pass the baton down to younger players. There's a word that I use all the time called continuity. And when you have continuity in your program, where you pass the baton from senior class to senior class, that's as meaningful a gift as you can give a teammate. So as great as the pride is here for the Buccaneers, my best piece of advice for you seniors is pass that baton to a younger player. And that's the best way you can leave a legacy here at Oswego High School. I thank you for letting me come here tonight to speak with you. I want to thank all the Oswego boosters and the administrators and coaches that invited me to be here. This is truly an honor, and you always have a fan with Coach Leone here with the Buccaneers. Congrats.
Okay, at this time, we would like to recognize the seasonal award winners. We are going to start with the fall sports. For varsity girls tennis, Oswego High School Varsity Tennis Coaches Award goes to Allison Bruns. For varsity boys golf, the Oswego Varsity Golf MVP Award goes to Kevin Waters. For varsity boys soccer, the Oswego High School Varsity Soccer Coaches Award goes to Austin Simborski. For the varsity girls soccer, Oswego High School Heart of the Buck Award goes to Jordan Carocchio. For the varsity girls cheer, Oswego High School Varsity Cheer MVP goes to Emily Stacks. For varsity football, Oswego High School Heart of the Buck goes to Caden Whiteside. For varsity boys volleyball, Oswego High School Wink Leadership Award goes to Carson White. For varsity girls volleyball, Oswego High School Heart of the Buck Award goes to Kylie Pratt. For varsity boys cross country, Oswego High School Varsity Cross Country Most Outstanding Runner Award goes to Daniel Dunn. For varsity girls cross country, Oswego High School Varsity Cross Country Most Outstanding Runner goes to Madeline Shaver. And for varsity girls swimming and diving, Oswego High School Heart of the Buck Award goes to Mackenzie Partlow.
Whoops. Okay, now we're down to our winter sports. For the varsity wrestling, OHS Varsity Wrestling Coaches Award goes to Nicholas Thompson. For varsity winter cheer, our Varsity Winter Cheer Leadership Award goes to Emily Stacks. For varsity girls basketball, our OHS Varsity Girls Basketball MVP goes to Sophia Babcock. For our varsity boys swimming and diving, our OHS Varsity Boys Swimming and Diving Heart of the Buck Award goes to Quentin Denkenberger. For varsity boys bowling, our OHS Varsity Boys Bowling MVP goes to Shima Boyd. For varsity girls bowling, our OHS Varsity Girls Bowling MVP goes to Malia Upcraft. For varsity girls hockey, our OHS Varsity Girls Hockey Heart of the Buck Award goes to Marissa Wallace. For varsity boys basketball, our OHS Varsity Boys Basketball MVP goes to Camden Atkinson. For varsity boys hockey, our OHS Varsity Boys Hockey MVP goes to Braden Miller. For varsity girls winter track, our OHS Varsity Girls Winter Track and Field Most Valuable Athlete goes to Riley King. And for varsity boys winter track, our OHS Varsity Boys Winter Track and Field Coaches Award goes to Mark Bailey.
And for our spring sports, Oswego Varsity Track and Field MVP for the boys Varsity Track and Field, Moreno Fenty. And for the girls, OHS varsity track and MVP, Annie Niger. Went off on me. There it is. Go varsity lacrosse MVP, girls varsity lacrosse, Mia Fierro. OHS varsity lacrosse, most improved player, varsity boys lacrosse, Antonio Rivera Gonzalez. OHS varsity tennis MVP, varsity boys tennis, Duncan Baker. OHS Varsity Softball Leadership Award, Jordan Carocchio. OHS Varsity Golf 2023 Athletic Excellence Award for the Varsity Girls Golf, Catherine Callan. OHS Varsity Baseball MVP, Matthew Cruel. Congrats to all our seasonal award winners.
This part of the program is designated towards and scholarships. Okay. You ready? Okay. The first scholarship we'll be handing out tonight is the Donald E. Bishop Sportsmanship Award. This award goes to a senior female athlete recognized for outstanding leadership and sportsmanship during athletic career at OHS. The Donald E. Bishop Sportsmanship Award goes to Riley King. The next award is the Joseph Chesler Sportsmanship Award. This award goes to a senior male athlete recognized for outstanding leadership and sportsmanship during an athletic career at the OHS. The Joseph Chesler Award goes to Caden Whiteside. The next award is the Michelle Wink Pick People Up Award. This award is given to a senior athlete that has these following attributes: gave 110%, extremely hardworking, caregiver and helper, the last to leave, was always helping clean up, involved in the school community, cheers both on and off the court, field, ice, or pool, has a positive attitude. This year's Michelle Wink Pick People Up Award goes to Shy Boyd. The Dorothy Gould Memorial Scholarship. This is a $250 scholarship that was established in memory of Dorothy Gould. This scholarship is awarded to 2 varsity athletes that demonstrate excellence in both athletics and academics. Recipients of this scholarship are selected by the athletic director. Caden Whiteside and Ann Niger. The Oswego Minor Hockey Association Scholarship. This Oswego Minor Hockey Association awards up to 4 $1,000 scholarships to past or present Minor Hockey Association member that is planning on attending college or vocational school full-time in the fall. These recipients are chosen by the Oswego Minor Hockey Association. The winners are Jordan Carocchio, Braden Miller, and Neely Pippin. The Oswego Lacrosse Club Scholarship. This is a $250 scholarship awarded to individual members, each of the Oswego Lacrosse Club with good academic status and are involved in extracurricular and community activities. The recipient of this scholarship is chosen by members of the Oswego Lacrosse Club. The winners this year are Gavin Mills and Mia Fierro. The Dan Cliff Memorial Scholarship. Dan Cliff was an avid bowler who was part of the Oswego Men's Bowling Hall of Fame. He bowled 18 perfect 300 games and was the president of his league for over 20 years. In 2018, Dan lost his battle to cancer. His wife, Anne Marie, and 2 children, Danielle and Morgan, decided to give back to the bowling community. Each year, they award chosen seniors on the Oswego High School bowling team with the Dan Cliff Memorial Scholarship. This year's recipients are Shy Boyd and Jaden Martinez. The next award is the Martin J. Meehan Scholarships. We're happy to welcome Martin J. Meehan's family here today to hand out this scholarship. This award goes to 1 senior male and 1 senior female recognized for 3-sport athlete, teamwork, sportsmanship, and academics. Addison St. Ange and Braden Miller. The Dave Powers Memorial Scholarship. Upon completion of their first semester in college, this recipient will receive a $500 scholarship that was established in memory of Dave Powers. The scholarship is awarded to an athlete that maintains an 85 average or higher, played on a varsity team, and has the potential to play at college-level sports. Recipient of this scholarship is selected by the OHS Scholarship Committee. This year's recipient is Riley King. The Section 3 Scholar Athlete Award. This award goes to the senior male and female athlete recognized for outstanding academic performance and participation in athletics. The selection is the highest ranking male and female athlete participating in multiple athletic teams. This year's Scholar Athlete winners are Mia Fierro and Lucas Bruns. The Sharon Swish Memorial Scholarship. This is a scholarship that was established in memory of Sharon Swish. The recipients of this scholarship must be a member of the varsity swim team, be active in their community, participate in extracurricular activities, and heading to college in the fall. The recipients of the Sharon Swish Scholarship are chosen by the OHS Scholarship Committee and the OHS Swim Coach. This year's recipients are Mackenzie Parchlow and Quentin Denkenberger. The Timothy Daniel Everett Scholarship. This $500 scholarship is given to an OHS swimmer or soccer player who has maintained at least an 85 average. The recipient is Gavin Mills. Pat and Joseph Wilber Memorial Scholarship. This is a $500 scholarship that was established in memory of Pat and Joseph Wilber. Mr. Wilber was the athletic director here in Oswego for a number of years. The two recipients of this award must demonstrate good sportsmanship and dedication both on and off the field. The nominations are made by varsity coaches, and the winner is chosen by Sis Ranieri. The one winner this year is Riley King. The Michelle Wink Memorial Scholarship, a $1,000 scholarship award in memory of Michelle Wink to a student who has continually shown academic achievement and good standing, along with displaying upstanding moral and ethical character to members of the Oswego community. The winners, multiple, of the Michelle Wink Memorial Scholarship this year are as follows: Catherine Callan, Mia Fierro, Jordan Carocchio, and Rosie Wallace. At this time, we would like to recognize the 2023 Outstanding Senior Male and Female Athlete. These two athletes were chosen by the Oswego City School District coaches. The Outstanding Senior Male Athlete this year goes to Logan Matthews. And the Outstanding Senior Female Athlete is presented to Mia Fierro. Okay. The Buck Booster Club scholarships. The Buck Boosters hand out 4 $500 scholarships to athletes that were a member of a varsity team. These recipients are awarded these scholarships based on academics, community involvement, and an essay that stated how sports made an impact on their goals and future endeavors. These recipients are chosen by the Buck Booster Scholarship Committee. Neely Pippin. Mia Fierro. Jordan Carocchio, and Catherine Callan. The next awards are annual awards given by the Buck Boosters based on submissions from students, families, and coaches. The first is for the Fan of the Year. This year's recipients are a couple that even though their children have graduated, you can often find them at an Oswego City School District event or competition. When you see them, you can't help but notice their positive and encouraging spirits, who truly love the Buccaneers. This Buck-spirited couple continues to take pictures and provide their famous blueberry muffins and artistic talent in which senior portraits were made for men or senior athletes this year. The players are always excited when they see these fans watching and cheering them on, as they truly exemplify once a Buck, always a Buck, and show that even after your players graduate, you can still be sports parents. They bleed blue, and they bring true joy and love to the game. This year's fans of the year, the award goes to Bill and Susanna DeMott. So cute. The last award I'm going to present this evening is our Coach of the Year award. This year's recipient has impressed on families and student athletes with their constant fairness, steadiness, and compassion, all with a calm demeanor and having a competitive heart and a desire to win. I'd like to read what some of this coach's players said about them. They care about us as people, not just how we play. This person has a great sense of humor. This person understood being on a team was more than just practicing and playing a game. This person cared about school pride and respect. This person, I always felt she enjoyed coaching us. She really wanted to be there, and you could tell. This coach cared that each teammate improved and felt like they belonged. And my favorite, this coach was able to handle a whole bus of boys goofing around. The Coach of the Year award goes to Coach Trina Mills.
As we grow this event, earlier mentioned that we'd like to recognize all of our student athletes. That starts back at middle school. So I think up on the scoreboard, you probably won't be able to see the names. We're not going to read them off, but in the program, you'll see that we list the 2022-23 Oswego Middle School Athletes of the Month. They're sponsored by Cam's Pizzeria, and we really appreciate their sponsorship. And also in the program, the 2022-23 OHS Athletes of the Month, which are sponsored by the Fitzgibbons Agency with local businesses. So really appreciate that, and we want to continue to recognize 2 athletes, male and female, every month.
What can I say? We've tried to put together the program to have everything as accurate as possible. Unfortunately, some awards were still happening last week and this week, but the program had to get to print. So a couple of other awards that aren't in the program that I need to make mention of. I'm not sure what's on there first. Okay. The first one I'm actually going to talk about are the All CNY Awards. Those are actually rated on by Syracuse.com and the coaches of the section. But to give credit where credit is due, I want to mention a few of the award winners this evening. So for boys golf, if we can congratulate with a round of applause, we have sophomore Kevin Waters. For baseball this spring, we had senior Matthew Krull. For softball, again this spring, we had 8th grader Maria Sweet. Again in spring, for girls lacrosse, we had our senior Mia Fierro. And last but not least, for boys track this spring, we had junior Marino Fenty. Those student athletes, that's a big recognition from our section and from Syracuse.com. But I also want to say they should have been awarded with a certificate from their coaches at their end of season banquets. So I'm going to hold the coaches to that one. All right. Moving on with the last member that we just mentioned for the All CNY Awards, we have some other mentions to mention with this guy. So if I could get Marino Fenty to come up to the stage. I also would like to get Coach Dom Pike to the podium. So while Coach Pike and Marino are walking up here, I'd like to make mention, if you didn't watch the news tonight, or last night, Marino has been the Section 3 Class A Division I champion at triple jump. He was also last week, I think it was Friday or Saturday, he took second place at the New York State Public High School Athletic Association Championships in triple jump. And the very next day, he became the Federation champion with a school record of 47.5 in triple jump. So we'd like to recognize him with some awards. And now Coach Pike would like to say a few words.
Coach Gordon couldn't be here tonight because of his daughter's athletic awards were the same time. Last weekend was very exciting for Moreno, the coaching staff, and our athletic program for track and field. On Friday, he did break the school record, jumping 46 feet 2.5 inches. On Saturday, he shattered his own school record at 47 2.5. If anybody wonders how long, it's the length of my house. Yet last night on Channel 9 News, Moreno was selected as the News Channel 9 Burn Dairy and Deli Student Athlete of the Week. They came, spent 2 hours with him. We didn't contact them. They came on their own. It was very exciting. They're cheering him on at the national event, which is Sunday morning at 8:30. Moreno represents Oswego community as a jumper at the New Balance Nationals, where currently he is ranked #1 in that event. And his ranking came out today. He's ranked in the entire country of all levels 50th in the country. Moreno received his award Wednesday, and News Channel 9 would like me to present this award to keep in the showcase to our athletic department for the News Channel 9 Athlete of the Week.
Thanks, Coach Pike. And good luck to Marino and others going on to the Nationals this weekend. I do have another player from the spring. Again, these late awards, but we do need to make recognition because it is a big top award. So this spring we were also noted with the SEAC Player of the Year for baseball. This goes to our senior, Matthew Krull. You can come up. I don't know, Coach Finch, would you like to say a couple words? I mean, I already signed their signature, so. Congratulations. And I'll have you stand up here while he talks to you.
I could try to come up with a couple of good things to say about Matt. This season, to watch him compete was pretty special. And it was pretty easy when we went to the coaches' end of the season meeting to talk about all these awards. He was actually talked about before I even brought him up. For him to do what he did, not only on the mound, but he also was pretty impressive with the bat. And this is a season that I'm not going to forget because of all the time I've coached baseball here. He probably put the most impressive season together collectively. I'm happy that he's going to move on and take those talents to OCC and hopefully beyond. But it was a real pleasure to coach him, and he's certainly going to be missed.
Thanks, Coach Finch, and congratulations, Matthew. The other thing I'd like to mention this evening, we always talk about student athletes being students first. So I do want to make note that this year, the 2022-23, all of our varsity teams, we have been labeled the School of Excellence for the Scholar Athlete Award with New York State Public High School. So congratulations. And what that means is 75% of our sports teams at the varsity level obtain an overall average of 90 or above. So you don't have to do the math because I did that already, but there were 4 of our varsity teams that just barely missed it. So my goal for all of you next year, the underclassmen here, is to get all of our varsity teams to be scholar athlete teams. So therefore, we would be a school of distinction. So that is my charge to the underclassmen here. I guess without further ado, I'm not sure if I'm the one ending the program or if we have some other people to come up. But I do want to say thank you again to the seniors. I do also want to give a round of applause to our coaching staff, some of whom seasons ended, last October, November. They're still keeping tabs and staying in touch with athletes. And for them to come here tonight, I truly appreciate it. So thank you.
Okay. Without further ado, we want to honor our senior athletes. So come up when you hear your name. Brandon Andaluz. Brianna Arena. Ardina Atia. Sophia Babcock. Clara Back. Mark Bailey. Tyler Beck. Anthony B. Cameron Bletch. Noladia Bloom. Shai Boyd. Benjamin Braun. Lucas Bruns. Allison Bruns. Emma Berger. Dylan Busky. Brianna Cahill. Catherine Callan. Caroline Canale. Jordan Caroccio. Kieran Carter. Quinn Carter. Kaylin Sisson. Anna Clunan. Donovan Costanza. Emily Canzone. Naya Dawson. Colin DeForge. Maura Dempsey. Quentin Duncanberger. Colin Dowling. Brett Dykes. Jamie Ekman. Adriana Ellis. Mia Fierro. Michael Fierro. Andrew Gage. Mitchell Grimshaw. Talbert Hall. Ethan Hart. Sydney Hofer. Emily Ireland. Riley King. Matthew Cruel. Leon Lynn. Zoe Lisk. Max Majlatan. Lucas Minicha. Eric Martinez. Jaden Martinez. Logan Matthews. Hunter McCarthy. Joshua McManus. Sean Metcalf. Braden Miller. Gavin Mills. Martina Moody. Annalise Moyet. Ann Niger. Aaron Olcott. Jude Parker. Mackenzie Partlow. Riley Pettit. Maximus Pierce. Neely Pippin. Nikki Regan. Kelvin Reyes. Emmanuel Reyes. Jack Reynolds. Riley Reynolds. Bernard Rowe IV. Alex Rowe. Brandon Sabrino. Addison St. Ange. Emily Stacks. Terrence Stock. Austin Simborski. Riley Wallace. Marissa Wallace. Taylor Wallace. Kyle Weeks. Carson White. Caden Whiteside. Connor Williams. Riley Wood, and Alexandria Woodward. A final round of applause for all our senior athletes. Congratulations.
We did want to recognize, we have student board representatives on the Buck Boosters. We have one senior this year, and we have cords for her to wear at graduation. Mia Fierro. So it takes a lot to print all these certificates, the plaques, the planning. We get a lot of help. We have a strong Buck Booster board. Appreciate working with this group on all the events that we do. I do want to echo earlier about our coaches being here, some of the coaches that are out of season. If we can have another round of applause for our coaches, because we wouldn't have the student athletes that we have if it wasn't for our coaching staff. So the boosters really recognize and appreciate our coaches. But anyway, the work that puts into that we have to put into this, we get a lot of help, and we got a ton of help this year from Angela sitting behind me. So we wanted to recognize her. If you could come up here. There's no way we could have done this without her. We very much appreciate everything that she does. So we got our flowers and a little gift. So thank you very much. So thank you again for everybody coming. Thanks for our sponsors, seniors. Good luck with everything. We're going to end tonight with our video. So this is the last thing. We have a video put together thanks to Julie Chetney, and we hope everybody enjoyed the event. Thank you very much.
Heart is a balloon, shoots up through the stony ground. There's no room, no space to roam in this town. You're out of luck, and the reason that you had to come, the traffic is stuck, and you're not moving anywhere. You thought you found a friend to take you out of this place, someone you could lend a hand in return for grace. It's a beautiful day, the sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day to make it away on the road. You got no destination in the mind. In the maze of imagination, your loving star. Even if that doesn't ring true, you've been all over, and it's been all over you. It's a beautiful day to let it get away. It's a beautiful day. Touch me, take me to that other place. Teach me. I know I'm not a hopeless case. See the world in green and blue. See China right in front of you. See the canyons broken by cloud. See the tuna fleets clearing the sea out. See the bedroom fires at night. See the oil fields at first light. And see the bird with a leaf in her mouth. After the flood, all the colors came out. It was a beautiful day. just 'cause what you don't have, you don't need it now. What you don't know, you can feel it somehow. What you don't have, you don't need it now. Don't need it now. Was a beautiful day. Are you crying tonight? Are you feeling alright? I tell the world that you were down on your luck. You were one of a kind, one who never give in, even when they burn bright on your head. Has anyone heard the tales you tell? I see the scars you wear. Did anyone speak up when you fell? Does anybody care? Rise again, little fighter, and let the world know the reason why. Shine again, little fighter, and don't let them hear the things you do. And you were one with the cause and a reason to be. You were a fighter for peace on this earth, and you were never afraid. You put your life on the line, and you were always alone out on the sea. Without a weapon in your hand, you came to fight a war that took your life, but didn't know that you would never die. Rise again, little fighter, and let the world know the reason why. Shine again, little fighter, and don't let them hear the things you do. Are you feeling alright? Yes, I can. You're not alone, little fighter. Oh, 'cause I will stand beside you. Never stop believing. So rise, rise, rise. Rise again, little fighter, and let the world know the reason why. Shine again, little fighter, and don't let them hear the things you do. Rise again, little fighter, don't stop and let the world know the reason why. Shine again, little fighter, and keep on dreaming of the things you do. Yeah, don't let them ever hear the things you do. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. A little bit of sunshine and good vibes, yeah, that's all we need. And we ain't gonna worry, ain't in a hurry, everything is going our way. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. Everybody's moving to the song on the radio. A little Stevie Wonder never hurt nobody's soul. Something about lawn chairs out in the warm air feels like a sacred place. Cause when we all get together, every day is a holiday. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. A little bit of sunshine and good vibes, yeah, that's all we need. And we ain't gonna worry, ain't in a hurry, everything is going our way. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. It doesn't matter if it's been a year or been a week. We can always pick right up and never miss a beat. There's something about seeing those smiles and busting out laughing face to face. It's a real kind of feeling no phone call can replace. Oh, we're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories. A little bit of sunshine and good vibes, yeah, that's all we need. And we ain't gonna worry, ain't in a hurry, everything is going our way. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories, yeah, we are now. Times, good friends. I'm talking good times, good friends. Oh, you know we're gonna have good times with good friends, making good memories. A little bit of sunshine and good vibes, yeah, that's all we need. And we ain't gonna worry, ain't in a hurry, everything is going our way. We're gonna have some good times with good friends, making good memories, yeah, it's gonna be good.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.